All right, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crafty Hour 59. It's Kourtney here with Scrapbook-N-Memories, and we're going to take an hour and get our craft on. It is beautiful here in Missouri. I was going to say, tell me how you're old. Know you're old when you're, without saying you're old. You do the weather forecast. It is beautiful here. We are taking advantage, or hopefully, of this beautiful weather we've got. It's spring-like feeling. Stuff is popping in the yard. The dogs are going for WALKs, and it is gorgeous. So I hope it sticks around. So welcome, everybody. This is Crafty Hour 59. So this is a beautiful kit from Paper Rose. I am really loving the Paper Rose products. I hope you guys are too. They just have these fabulous card kits that you can do it just the way it is. You can cut them apart. You can jazz them up like me and Deanna kind of do. So you can swap them. There's so much you can do with these kits. So I hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm going to grab the sample out really quick. And I want to show you something I kind of did. So hello. So one thing, like I said, these are great. These are the quick card inspiration sheets. They always have them in their packs. I think there are like 3 different Easter ones coming out that are these quick card sheets that I think is just amazing. And these are great. So we're ordering all those. And I'm like, seriously, another Easter. Okay, but it's cute. It has gnomes. Okay, we'll order it. Seriously, another Easter. Okay, it has cute little vintage bunny rabbits on it. We'll order it. So anyways, stay tuned. Both of our stores will be getting in more Paper Rose. I am really falling in love with this vendor and how easy their products are to use. So this quick card kit, this is one of them. It has inspiration and ideas on there for you. I did kind of do some on my own, but I wanted to show you how you can kick it up a notch by using what they show you too. So this card here, they did on the cardstock background that had kind of the wood grain on it, and they just put it on there. I did the same idea, but I decided I'm going to show you how to do the same cards that they do, but add a little something and kind of kick them up a notch. So what I did with this one is I added black. I added black and matted it on there. I added my white cardstock. I kind of omitted the wood grain because I thought that was gorgeous, and we're going to use that for something else down the road. And then I did the same embellishment, same kind of thank you here, same little decal, but what I did is I grabbed my tonic. This one is the baby scallops with the stitching. It is 3 1/4 inch in size, and I die cut the black out of that by gutting this piece. Remember, we gut our pieces because you get more bang for your buck, and then matted on there and added some pearls. So that is this card, but we Emerald Magassi'd it. We kicked it up a notch and we added more to it. So that's kind of an idea that you can look at these guys and you can do exactly what they suggest and recommend, or you can make it your own. Now, these quick card kits that they have are very different than their other paper pads and their other pieces they have. So they have 12 by 12 paper pads. They have 6 by 6 paper pads. These papers that are in here are 6 by 8, and they're kind of pre-printed levels. They've got kind of your strips and your pieces on there that you can just use it the way it is. You can cut it apart like Deanna and I did. So they're very unique just to these card kits. Okay. We did get some more of these in stock today, but we didn't get them checked in yet. We should have them checked in next week. We're trying to get some more of the 6 by 6 pads and more of the cut aparts and things because you guys are loving this still so much, and we had more requests for it. I know Deanna is getting some more in also. So stay tuned. We have more bees coming, but we also have tons of Easter coming too. Okay, so we're going to start with the simple card first, or a little simple one. And in my list I had you grab, I told you to grab black specialty paper. It didn't matter what you grabbed. If you don't have black specialty paper, grab black cardstock. That's going to work perfectly also. But if you do have, I feel like I need to, we'll just leave it. I feel like I need to have all black matte, but we're just going to go with it. So what I used, this is brand new from Sizzix. This is the Opulent cardstock pack. This one is called, it has a color on here somewhere, right? Black. Black. It is the Black Opulent. So there is the glitter, the matte finish, the brush metal, the pearl, and the Miri. So it has 5 of these in here, and I am just in love with these. I love my Miris. I love my glitters. These are non-shedding glitters. They are gorgeous. So that is what I used. If you want to use the glitter, go for it. If you want to use the Miri, fabulous. Use the Miri. The one I used was the matte finish. I thought this matte finish, because even though this is black, these are all black, but look, you have 5 different shades of black. This is kind of more of a chalkboard color. This kind of has more of a black gray. That's more of a black, darker Miri. Even though they're black, as if you've ever painted walls or looked at even cardstock, there's no such thing as just white. There's like 50 shades of white. So we have 50 shades of black. So anyways, this kit has 5 different shades of black. The one I chose to use was the matte finish. If you don't have these and you just have black glitter papers or black Miri papers from those little hunky-dories, great, grab those. If you don't have a specialty and you just have black cardstock, awesome, grab that too. That'll work. Anything black will work. Does not have to be exactly what I use. Okay, so this is the first card we're going to do. This is card 1. It is a simple A2 card. So we are going to grab a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And I love 8.5 by 11 cardstock because when you cut it like this, zoop, you get 2 cards. And then if you guys have not tried the new cardstock yet that is out by Spellbinders, oh my God, be still my heart. It comes in 48 colors. It is 100-pound cardstock. It is beautiful for your card bases, your card fronts, your die cutting, all of that. So give that stuff a try too. It is fabulous for cards. And they are having this made themselves. They used to get their cardstock from My Colors. Now they're getting it for themselves, and there will be no more color batching issues. Before, they were having color batching issues. Sometimes it was so bad that it looked like a new shade or a different color. So now they're having their own cardstock made from their own manufacturer, so no more color batching issues. Okay, so we've got our 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It is wider than it is tall. And we're going to cut it at 5.5 inches. So we're going to get 2 card bases. Put one to the side. We'll come back to him in a little bit. Then we're going to flip him. And we're going to score him at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. And make sure you use your score blade, the guy at the bottom, not the guy at the top. Too many times I've cut when I should have scored. So I did label mine. That was a trick Deanna showed me. She's like, take a Sharpie and write on there. And I'm like, yes, genius. Why didn't I think of that? This one shouldn't be cut. It should just be danger. Danger, danger. So there's our card base. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a piece of black something. Like I said, black cardstock, black something. Grab a piece of black something. And I'm just trying to see whatever you got. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. So I like to conserve my paper and save it and use my measurements on my trimmer. By using the measurements on your trimmer and not just slicing willy-nilly all the way through it, you're going to get more full sheets of paper and less little bits of scraps and stuff that you can't use. So what I'm going to do is I put my paper so it is taller than it is wide, and I'm going to put it over to 4 inches. Okay. Then over here on my trimmer, mine has it, and this is the Spellbinders trimmer, which I'm absolutely in love with. There's also the Dress My Craft one that we sold that is the exact same one that has this. So it has your measurements on the side. You're going to go down to 5 1/4. You're going to see that there is a little tick mark on the side of your cutting blade and then your measurement's there. So there's my 5 1/4, and I'm going to stop. Stop. Okay, then I'm going to flip my paper over. Okay, so you're going to flip it to the other side. And now we're going to go to 5 1/4 here. So we got our 5 1/4. And then we're going to cut it to 4. Which I'm going to go ahead and slice it all the way because I know we're going to use this piece of paper later and mine ends up being the same size. But if you just wanted to do the little piece out of it, you would have stopped right there at 4 inches and that would have gave you your little piece. So there is our 4 by 5 1/4 black piece of paper. I'm going to sit it here on my mat and we're going to lose it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to die cut it right now because I find if I don't cut it, if I don't gut it immediately and I set it to the side, I cut another piece of paper, my next piece of paper, I end up gluing to the top of it. And then I was like, crap, I meant to gut that. So gutting is the term where you cut your pieces, cut your centers out of there. So I've got my baby scallop with a stitching on it, and I'm going to put it on here, and I know I'm going to be okay when I put my pattern paper on here that it's not going to show. So I'm going to grab my die cutting machine, and I'm going to die cut this out really quick, and I'll be right back. Actually, I'll just bring my die cutting machine in. So I love these. These are by iCrafter. They are self-healing mats. Mine is well loved. iCrafter's gone out of business. So I bought a case of those when they went out of business. So if you have not grabbed a self-healing mat or tried them yet, do it. They're very super affordable. And I've been cutting on mine for probably 6 or 7 years. And I have never replaced my cutting plates. Never. Because it is self-healing and you don't get the warpage in your plates anymore. Now, once in a while, I accidentally, but I highly recommend these self-healing mats from iCrafter, and then the magnetic platform just holds it still so it doesn't shift on you. Okay, so we gutted it. We got our piece that's going to go on the back. And then we have our medallion is what I'm going to call it, our circle. So we'll set those to the side. Now we need to cut one more thing. We need to cut our pattern paper. So we're going to hunt in our paper pad, and we don't have to hunt too far, for this piece of paper here. On the back side of it, it's kind of the wood grain. And on the front side of it, it's got this beautiful butterfly that I wanted to keep on and then use these pieces. So find this piece of paper. And this is going to be what we call our pattern paper. Our pattern paper. When I cut this, I really want to keep this butterfly in here because this is too tall. If you measure your paper, it is 6 inches tall, and we only need it 5 1/4. So when we chop it, we're going to chop off the top portion. And the reason I did this is to keep this stripe here. If I would have chopped off the bottom portion, it would have put that stripe at the bottom, and I didn't want my stripe at the bottom. I kind of wanted it at the bottom third. So we're going to chop the top off and keep this butterfly. So just kind of pay attention to that when you're cutting it. Okay, so we're going to grab our trimmer out, and it's upside down, and we are going to put it in our trimmer to waste the least amount of space. And we're going to put it so it is wider than it is tall. Okay, wider than it is tall. And we're going to go to 3 7/8, which is 2 tick marks behind 3. 2 tick marks behind 3. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank us. Me. There's no us. Hold on. Is that measurement right? No, that measurement is wrong. Hold on. I hope you guys didn't cut that yet. 3 7/8. Okay, 3 7/8. Sorry, 2 tick marks behind 4. I don't know what I was thinking. 3 7/8 is 2 tick marks behind 4. So we're essentially cutting right here before this flower, that yellow flower. Oh, did you see me just spill all of my gems? My goodness. Some days I am very talented, and evidently today is that day? Oh, Lord mercy. Okay. All right, so has everybody got that first cut? This piece, just kind of put to the side. So you should have this piece. Now we're going to flip it. So you want your butterflies on the left-hand side, because we're going to keep the butterfly and we're going to chop off the yellow at the top. So the yellow is what we're cutting off. We're going to go to 5 1/8. Okay, so 5 1/8, which is 2 tick marks, larger than 5. So when you take this piece of paper, it is going to mat very nicely onto your black that you have. And is that mat not gorgeous? Love the black mat, okay? So everybody got that? So now we can start gluing. I'm going to dig out my Helmar because I love my Helmar because it gives me that little bit of movement. I like that I can wiggle it into shape. Helmar, if you guys did not stockpile it, I know we told you guys to stock up. If you did not stock up, we should be getting another shipment. I think they said in July. We begged and pleaded, and they said, all right, we'll make another shipment. So they're going to do one more shipment. We don't know if this will be the final shipment they're making or if they're going to bring it back into production. But at this moment, we're supposed to have one more shipment arriving in July. So make sure to get on the wait list at the stores, and we will have the regular size, which is what I'm using, and then we'll have the large size too. And I usually use the large size to refill my regular one, because to me the large one is just too big to try to hold. Okay, so now we're going to just mat that on, and look at how gorgeous that is. Now, I purposely did this because I wanted, sometimes when I do my layers, I do all my layers skinny. I do them all the same size, like this card. This card, I have the white one, the black one, they're the same size. This one, I purposely wanted a bigger white border, because I felt like it kind of brought the colors together better. And then I have a skinny black just to separate the two, so your eye doesn't kind of keep flowing to the white. So I really felt this pattern was beautiful, but it needed a stopper. So that's why I kind of put the black right there. So there is that. Okay, then we're going to grab our medallion. And you guys, I'll show you my original card. Let me put that over here. Are going to grab the medallion with the butterfly on it. The medallion with the butterfly. I already used that one, so let me see what's left in my kit. I have one. Let me see. I have flowers. I'm going to use this one with the bee. Okay, so I'm going to use the one with the bee. You can use the one with the flower. I already used that one. So you will get kind of two different versions of the same card. And Deanna kind of did the same thing too. She had you use a different one. So you'll get two different versions. Now these was there 4 sheets of die cuts in here? 3 sheets of die cuts, however many sheets of die cuts they were in here. Paper Rose does offer those individually. I think there's 4. There are 4. So Paper Rose will have those individual, and have the, Deanna used the butterfly. I thought I purposely pulled ones that she didn't use. Well, grab whatever medallion you have, or leave it off and you can come back and add a medallion. I thought I pulled out all the ones she used so I wouldn't use them. Oh, okay, so there's that. Then we are going to put some foam on the back of it, because no card is complete without some foam tape. And I'm just using the black. I love it. It comes in black, comes in white. The scrapbook adhesive, this one is the 54. The 54. So it doesn't matter what medallion you use, just grab one. And yes, so they do have packs of ones that have just the medallions in them, or just those 4 pieces. I can't remember what the pack is called, but Paper Rose does have just those 4 embellishment ones. So if you need more of just the punch outs and the sentiments, you can grab those without having to buy a whole card kit, because maybe you still have papers left over. So that way you can use those. All right, I'm going to use a different flower. So your flower that you're going to use is this kind of peony looking one. Okay. And then I'm just going to use this flower. So what I did is whatever Deanna used, I always make a pile and hide it, and then make my cards. And then when I go back to do the duplicate, I use Deanna's pieces for my version, and then you guys will use the pieces I originally used. Oh, okay. I'm good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Doris. So I was okay to use a butterfly. But like I said, use whatever you have. If you want to use a different one, use a different one. They're all gorgeous. They're all pretty. And they all match and coordinate so nice. I just love this Paper Rose. We might have to do some more crafty hours with Paper Rose. You guys liking these ones? We don't want to bore you with the same companies and the same kind of designs. But I'm really liking the Paper Rose. Okay, so this is the flower you guys are using. And then this one Deanna used, so I'm going to feel safe to use it on this card, because this is my dupe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pop dots on the bottom. So it's going to be flat here, but it's going to be popped here. Oh, the toppers are called the embossed die cut pack. Yes, Karen, I think you're right. I think that's what they call them. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put him over the corner just like that. And it kind of worked out because this flower here matches gorgeous with that flower. Okay, I'm going to put a little liquid adhesive on there so it stays put. And I always run my bits and pieces off my card. If you don't want to, then make sure you're within your parameter, but I always like to run it off. Ooh, I think I like this one. I don't want to say I like it more, but I like this one too. This version. I might have to get some more packs. Okay, and then I've got a thanks so very much that we're just going to put right there. And I am going to pop that one. And when I put my pop dot on, I'm going to put it in the top corner. So my pop dot's on here, not down here. It'll kind of be floating. It'll be a floater. Okay, and then we'll just put that right there. And there we go. Okay, so there's card one. Oh, and I was going to put some bling on. So I just grabbed my Pink Fresh bling that is spilled all over my table. You don't have to spill it on your table like I did, but if you want to, go for it. I always like to do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 little dots. And then I always put them on there in like a small, medium, and a large. And I just like to sprinkle them. These are by Pink Fresh. Spellbinders has some great ones. My gosh, everybody has some great gems. I love these little packs because they're easy to get them in and out. And I like to collect them all. Because they have blingy ones. They have, gosh, they have all kinds of different ones. Okay, now we're done once we get the bling on. There we go. So that was kind of mimicking the card that was kind of in the packaging, but we made it our own by adding some black and stuff to it. So there are 2 cards, same exact dimensions, same exact cuts, but we just kind of switched it up with the embellishments. Isn't that fun? Okay. All right, so that is card number 1. Card number 2. Again, we're going to grab that A2 base. So we already cut our 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in half, and that gave us a second half. We're going to do a little bit different with this one. So what we're going to do is it's 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to put it over to 7 inches, and we're going to cut a little bit off. Okay? We're going to cut it off at 7 inches. Okay? 7 inches. We're going to cut this guy off, put him to the side. We'll come back to him. And then we're going to score it. We're just going to chew it over to 4 1/4. And we're going to score it. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this down, and now we have this. So basically this is what we had here. This would have been your card. We just cut off this strip, and we're going to reuse it. Nothing goes to waste. And this strip is 1.5. 1.5 inch is what we cut off of our card. Okay, so what we're going to do for this card is this fun guy here. I love the medallions. I thought it was cute. I love these papers. These papers are so gorgeous that I didn't want to cover it. Like, I didn't want to put something on top of that because it's gorgeous. And you still have your area here. You can put your salutations and your sentiment on. So I really wanted it to kind of show through to the front, but yet see that whole piece without putting something on top of it and hiding half of it. I know a background's a background and you're supposed to hide it, but this was so gorgeous, I didn't want to hide it. So that's why we're doing this fun kind of flip card, okay? Okay, so this little guy we have here, we're now going to score him. So nothing goes to waste, okay? We're going to score him at 3.5. So 3.5, and we're going to score him. So what we get is this little piece right here. This is our little piece. And I'm going to go ahead and glue him down now because I forgot to on my original one, and then I glued my inside together, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to glue that on, and I had to take undo and rip my card apart. So we're gonna glue it on now before we squirrel and forget that that little piece needs to go on. So I'm gonna put glue on the small flapper. The small flapper is gonna get glue, and we're just gonna put it to the edge and glue that down, okay? And there we have our card. Everybody got that? Okay, the piece of paper we're looking for is this one. These wildflowers, are they not beautiful? I just saw them. I loved them. I thought I got to do something with them. So that's the piece that we're going to be using, that beautiful wildflowers. Okay, I see thumbs up. I think we're good. Okay, so we're going to kind of dissect this piece of paper a little bit. And actually, while you guys are probably gluing that and doing that, I am going to put my gems, because I'm done with the pearls, back in my container before I spill them again, because it's bound to happen. Okay, we're going to dissect this piece of paper a little bit. You've got this orange here on the border, and pretty much it's already doing the work for you. It's already matted. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go in our trimmer, and we're going to line up that orange, and we're going to slice right next to it. Okay, so we're cutting the wildflowers off. We're leaving the orange. We're going to flip it, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to slice it. We're slicing off the wildflowers, and we've got the flower with the orange, okay? And then we will set this piece to the side because we'll come back to that later. Okay, we'll come back to that. We will also set this piece to the side. We'll come back to that one later. Okay, so this is our piece that's going to be our inside. But we need to cut one more thing. We need to cut our black again, our 4 by 5 1/4. I sliced mine from the one before. It was the perfect measurements because that opulent cardstock is 8 inches wide. So I can get 2 panels out of one by doing 4 inches. So I already cut my black 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take, again, before I glue it down and forget, I'm going to gut it. So we have our matching piece with my, and I'm just using the same one. This is the baby stitched scallop circle. I'm going to gut that really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so there is our pieces gutted. And we can come back to those in a minute. So we'll set those to the side. We're just kind of making our pile of stuff. And then we're going to go back to the flowers. We want to cut this flower down so it will fit onto our black piece of paper. I really like how it's reaching up. So what we're going to cut off is the top. We're going to cut the top off and we're going to cut this side off. So I'm going to cut the side first. And it is going to be, so we're going to put it in our trimmer upside down. So your flowers are upside down on their heads. And this is the pattern paper. So we're going to cut it 3 3/4. 3 3/4. And we're going to slice it. Save this guy. We'll come back to him. We're going to come back to a lot of stuff. Nothing goes to waste. You're going to flip your flowers, and now we're going to cut off the white part. So we're going to 5 inches. 5 inches. There we go, right? It's all about getting more bang for your buck out of your paper. Like I used everything on this. I used my scraps. Okay. So there's that. So now we can open our card. So make sure to open your little arm. You want to open your card up. So your arm is open. And then your black is going to go right in the center. Again, I did a wider white frame on that. I love the white and I love the black, but sometimes too much of one. So I just did a little sliver of black to offset the white, but I liked the larger white frame with it. And I love, it's more appealing to the eye, I think, sometimes to mix up the sizes of the frames. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. And then we've got our flowers. So our flowers are going to go right in the center just like that. And then we're just going to glue them down. And now we get to see that beautiful pattern paper that they did without covering up a majority of it. Now, I do think they had some beautiful samples on their little sample sheet that they put in the thing for inspiration. But 90% of the paper, they use the B side. And I'm like, no, the A sides are so gorgeous. We got to use the A sides. Okay, so there's that piece. And we are good for our inside. Okay, now we'll close it down and we're going to work on the outside. But I'm going to put my little arm under so I don't accidentally glue him to something I'm not supposed to. So remember I said nothing goes to waste. This guy here, so you're going to have these green plaid strips. Green plaid strips. You're going to have a skinnier one and you're going to have a large, so you have these 3, okay? These 3. You're going to grab the largest one. The largest one is the one you want. And what we're going to do is we're going to put him right here. And have equal white, white, and white. Look at that. It's like it was magic, okay? I'm just going to take my scissors here and snip it because it's going to get hidden with the medallion anyways, so I don't care. It doesn't worry. Just as long as the medallion's there covering it up, you don't have to go all the way. So I just snip it, and we're going to glue that down. I know, right? There's so many options with these leftovers. There's so many pieces to use. So there's that piece. And then we'll come back to him later. So the other piece that we had, the middle-sized one, the long one, we're going to cut this one in half. So we're going to put it in our trimmer, and it doesn't have to be exactly half. You can just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exact. But put it in your trimmer so it is taller than it is wide. And we're just going to slice it. See, mine's not perfect. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But you're going to slice it in half. Then we're going to take this guy. And you know what? I'm going to open mine. Nope, I'm not. I thought maybe it'd be easier to work with, but it's not. But we're going to take that guy and we're going to leave just a little bit of white. And we're going to glue him from top to bottom. And you know what? I think I'm going to use my little... Just want them 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. So anyways, we're going to glue that top to bottom. A little OCD. I'm going to make sure my 1/8 of an inch is there. Okay, so 1/8 of an inch. Don't worry about the thing sticking off the top. We're going to trim that in a second. And then we're going to repeat it on the other side. And I find when I'm gluing little things, it's easier for me to work kind of backwards. So again, I'm just going to flip my cardstock and it's easier. And we're just going to take our scissors and snip what is hanging over. And again, we just want it at 1/8 of an inch. Whoops. Oh, shift. A little spacer. Okay, there we go. So we have those two pieces. We're just going to flip it and snip. Just snip the hangover. Now, I did not use these little guys. I thought about it, but I didn't use them. But something you can do with these little guys is when I was looking at them, I'm like, ooh, these would make cute little photo corners. So you can take that and cut it corner to corner, and it makes these beautiful little triangles that you could then put on, where's my other one? Put on your card and make adorable little photo frames too. See that? Isn't that cute? So that's a way to use up just your little 1/4 of an inch scraps. Make cute little photo frames, but we're not going to do that. Okay, the next piece we're going to do is this piece that was in there. So remember, it already has the orange on there. We don't have to do anything else to it. It's already got the orange on. And we're going to pop it. So this whole piece is going to get popped, but we need to cut it first. When we cut it, we're going to cut off the bottom portion of it. And this is going to be 5.5. 5.5 is the size that we want. So we're cutting off the bottom at 5.5. Okay, and then we're going to foam this. So again, anybody see where my foam tape went? There it is. We're going to use the black. I just used the black foam tape. This is the one, it's called the 54 feet in a yard or whatever it is. It's the higher one. Oh, we go live with Crafty Hour tomorrow. Ooh, and we got the garage sale. I'll have to take a break or something. Uh-oh, I might have a problem, Deanna. Okay, so there's that. We're going to scoochy him down, and we are going to pop that. So you got that. And look at that. So now we use those little slivers. I cut my hair short. That's okay. Little slivers of the green. And we have that piece on top. We've got our medallion. Okay, so we've got our medallion piece. Again, we're going to find one of the circles. Looks like I got 2 flower ones left. The one you guys are going to use is this one. You're going to use that floral one with the bee. I'm going to use something else. I think I'm going to use, let's see what looks good here. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use that one. Okay, so that's the one you're using. We're going to glue this guy on. And let me put some foam tape on there. Put our medallion. I don't know what else to call them. I call them medallions. They look like medallions to me. Put the little medallion on there. And then on mine, I put a bee with the bee kind because I thought that was adorable. Let me see what I have left. Let's see. I have a butterfly. You guys might have used it already. I have a butterfly, so I'm going to put a butterfly on there on the bottom corner and put a pop dot on it. So we'll get another version. And I will take pictures of all my cards and I will upload them to Crafty Hour Creations, our private Facebook group, for you guys to post your cards also. And so feel free to post over there. Kind of like Hello Sunshine. Let's see if that works. So if you haven't joined the group yet, make sure to join Crafty Hour Creations. It's going to ask you what your home store is. That's just kind of our spam filter to make sure you're human. So make sure to answer that question and we'll get you in so you guys can share all of your cards and inspirations and things that you made with your leftovers too. Okay, we're going to put a pop dot on that. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid on there. Okay, so there are 2 more versions of that one. And it looks like we got 15 minutes. You want to do one more card? I do have one more. It's basically the same thing we just did, just a different design. So we got time. Oh, I love that paper. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my God, be still my heart. So why not? I got a piece of cardstock here. We've already kind of done those measurements, so I'll go a little bit faster on this one because we're just repeating the same thing. And I've got 15 minutes. I think I can make a card in 15 minutes. So we have our card base. We're going to put it in there and we're going to cut it at 7 inches. So we're just cutting off that little 1.5 inches that will sit to the side. And then we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay. So this is the same card I just made, just kind of doing it in speed motion with a different design. Our little guy here, our strip, we got to score him at 3 1/2. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it through that card or not, which is, I thought that one was going to take a little bit longer to do, but you guys did great. And we got those first 2 cards done faster than I thought. So we got a little bit time left that we'll just make another card. Okay, so now we got our card. We're adding that little flapper, adding the flapper on there. So there's our base, got our base. It's all about the base. Okay, we need our inside black. So our inside black is 4 by 5 1/4. Let's see if this is 5 1/4. Oh, we are good. Okay, so we got 4. By 5 1/4. I'm not going to cut it all the way. Yes, I am, because I'm going to use that piece for something else later. Nope, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, anyways, moving on. 5 1/4. Five 1/4. There is our inside. We're going to go ahead and gut this, cut out our centerpiece for our medallion. I just love these dies for the medallions. It gives it a little something, something. It's so cute. The 2 dies that Deanna used today, we still have some squares, but we sold out of the circles. But I think we can still get our hands on some more of the circles. So let me know ASAP. And I think we can get a couple more. So we'll get you guys on a wait list. I have a couple squares, but if we need more squares and circles, let us know. Send us a Facebook message. Don't call us tomorrow. Probably nobody will answer the phone. We have our garage sale going on, so nobody will answer. And sometimes emails get lost because I get so many a day. So send us a Facebook message. Ken and I both see those, so we can do that. Okay, there's that. The paper we're going to use, this beautiful bee paper. Beautiful bee. I wanted to use this and I didn't want to cover anything up. I wanted to showcase it. So I put it on the inside of the card. So what we're going to do is we're going to dissect this one too. So we're going to put it in our trimmer and I'm going to cut right here next to his little wing. His little wing. I'm just going to cut him right there. Okay. And then I'm going to cut off the bottom. So our bottom needs to be 5 inches. Actually, I cut a little off the top and a little off the bottom. I think I just cut a sliver off the top because I didn't want to cut everything off the bottom. I just cut a sliver off the top and then 5 inches will clean up the bottom of it. 5 inches will clean up the bottom. We're going to keep the bee and we want to go 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So we're cutting off that side. So there we kind of dissected that piece of paper on there. Uh-oh, and my computer battery is about ready to die. That's okay. We got 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to glue that into the center. So tomorrow, Crafty Hour Creations, Crafty Hour 61 will go live at 11 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific. Oh, I should have changed the time because we'll have garage sale going on. I'll figure something out. So 11 o'clock, we will go live. The best thing to do is to go to the links to register. The links we will be posting during the live. Again, we got stuff going on. I know Deanna does too, so we might not have time to answer the phones right away. So the best way to secure your spot is to go to the website and follow those links that we'll be giving you guys to register. Deanna kind of put my sneak peek up already of our image. And it's going to be birthday themed. It's going to be cutesy kind of birthday themed. So tune in. You guys are going to love it. It is adorable. And Leslie will be joining us on that one. Okay, so we are cutting the bees down to where we have that yellow again. We want to use that yellow. We want to keep it. So cut so you have the yellow. And then we're going to flip it and do it at 5. Let me measure this. I measured it last time and cut it wrong. So let's measure it again and cut it wrong. 5 1/2. So 5 1/2. So when they put this little edging on here, use it to your advantage. And it already has your edging. Okay. Then in my scraps, I already have the black Is that the right piece? Nope. I've got a black piece, a black scrap that I'm going to cut in half like I did on the one before. So this is 5 3/8. It's like 5 3/8. I'm just going to cut it in half, kind of like we did with our black. Oh my gosh, that's not even straight. I will hide the oops on the inside. Card base, there we go. We're going to put the black strap here, and it is 5 3/8. So you're going to have white at the top, white at the bottom, just like we do over here, because it was a scrap from that. So in the first card we did it all the way to the top with the green. For this one, what we're doing is we're going to mimic the edging that we already have over here. Okay, so we're just switching it up a little bit. We're mimicking the edging. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to be able to do it. Card in 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. And dinner is in the oven and it's almost done. Perfect timing. Lasagna. It smells fabulous. Okay. Okay, there's that. We got our black, and then we're going to have our bees. You're going to notice on my original, the bees go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. The black mimics the black right there. So it is a little bit different than the other one. When I did that on purpose, because when the black went all the way to the top and the bottom, it looked funny to me. It just didn't look right. So I made it mimic the other one. Now the first card we did, it was a completely different color, so it didn't bother me. It looked fine. Sometimes it's just the little things, and sometimes those little things just drive me bonkers. So there is a method to my madness. Look at that, 6 minutes. Man, we are doing good on this one. Kick it up a notch. Okay, let's make sure our bees are right side up. Is there a right side up? I think so. We're going to kind of center the bees on the black. And it's going to go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. Perfect. Okay, here's the one you guys are going to do with your medallion. That's your medallion there. So I'm going to see I only have one flower medallion left, so I'm going to do this one. So again, you'll get 2 different versions. And you guys too can find Deanna and I both for future ones. If you're trying to find past ones, we both have a YouTube channel and we have both uploaded our Crafty Hour videos on there. So if you're playing catch up or you're trying to find some past Crafty Hours, or if there's one that you loved and you're like, oh my God, that was a fun fold card, I want to go back and do that. How did we do that? You can find them on our YouTube channel. So you can go over there and find those. Awesome. Also, I can't talk tonight. Good grief. Okay, I'm going to use that one. That's the medallion I'm using. You guys are going to use that beautiful bee. I love that bee. And there is another bee in the kit that lines up with that bee. So you can put them on top of each other. And that is gorgeous and fabulous too. You can kind of pop the bee. It's very nice. Okay, so we are going to put that guy right on there. And let's see if we have another flower cluster, or you know what? I think it needs a bee on it. Let's see what's left. What's left in our pack? I have a bee, but it doesn't look like he's the right direction. I need a bee that looks like he's landing on the flowers. That looks like he's flying away from the flowers. Ooh, I do have a bee over here. Let's see this one. All right, so as we're kind of finishing up and doing this, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Thank you so much for purchasing the Crafty Hour kits. It's with your guys' support that we are able to do these and offer you good Crafty Hour creations. So thank you for your support. Thank you for purchasing the kits. And we just look forward to the next ones. We have lots of ideas. We have lots of inspirations coming. And we really hope you guys are enjoying these. Okay, there's the bee there. I have You Are My Sunshine, but that is too big. That doesn't work for me. Let's see what else we got. I have Happy Birthday, but that's kind of the same color. Do I want to mix in a different color? What sentiments do I have left? I think I've used about all my sentiments. Man, I just love, and what I love about these two is the enamel, that epoxy finishes on them. Lots of companies do embellishments and ephemeras, but these they're gorgeous. They really make them stand out. I love them with that little bit of something something on there. You know what? I think I'm going to use the happy birthday because I always need birthday and thank you cards. Oh, we got to put something right here. We have white, don't we? Let's see what's in our scraps. We've got the green in our scraps. We've got, we've got the floral in our scraps. I got to cover up that little white arm. In my first one, I put the floral. But you know what? I think I'm going to do the green. Yeah, I'm going to do the green for this one. So let me, yep. I just kind of chopped it off because it's already the right top and bottom. And let's just put that in there. Okay, my other one, I did the flower to kind of match it, but I felt like there was too much flower going on there. And I think I need a little bit more stability on that medallion. He's really rocking. Oh, Lorraine, can you hear those? I'm sorry. It's frogs. We have a pond behind our house, a little retention pond, and it's the frogs. They are loving the weather, and they are just like croaking. Sorry, I didn't know you guys could hear that, but it's kind of fitting. It's very nice. It goes with the nature, right? Okay, so there's our cards, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being part of Crafty Hour. And here are my 6 cards that I've got done with this kit. There is still ephemera pieces left. There is still lots of papers left to make more. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy these. And tomorrow, Crafty Hour number 61 will go live on our website at 11 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific. And we already created an event so you can tune in and watch that. So have a fabulous night. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye.